God bless you, everybody. I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to say this dream, and I need you guys to be able to read between the lines. That's all I'm going to say. I need you to be able to read between the lines. I'm not going to spell it out line by line because the more explicit I am, the more they'll probably flag it and take it off. Um, which is when I think about it's kind of crazy to me because, well, I guess it's an honor because my little TV, not my TV, but my little, uh, channel on YouTube can get flagged. But anyway, so let me tell you the dream. This is a dream, right? So I'm on my way to the airport and I'm going to China. And I get there. There's two people in my group. They're already there at the airport, and I'm thinking of ways to try to tell them that I no longer want to go, because in my mind I'm thinking China and America are in their adversaries at this point. So I'm feeling like I'm not going to be safe if I go over there because right now Americans over there probably have a bullseye on their back or whatever. So I'm like I'm not going. Right, so I tell them I'm not going. And it pains me to tell them this because of my people pleasing qualities about myself. So I'm like I'm not gonna go. And I'm trying to figure out a way to get my money back. And everybody's like, no, you can't get your money back, it's non-refundable because it was such a good price, there's no way you're going to be able to get your money back. So somehow, some way, I'm with a travel agent inside the airport, and she was like, "Oh, I specialize in travel to China." So I sit down at her desk, and I'm trying to say, because I feel bad with with the people pleasing stuff, so I feel bad. So I'm trying to say, well, what if I go over there, stay a little bit, and then just turn around, come right back, and then she like no because the flight is gonna take so long. So I ended up just saying, okay, well, whatever you can do in order to get me my money back, I appreciate it. So she ended up saying, couldn't give you all your money back, but we were able to give you $1,689 back. So I said, thank you, because at least that's something. Then I look over to the right. She has on her desk this advertisement for China for people that I guess want to get married or whatever. And in the picture, I see a horse-drawn carriage. Yet the horse was inside the carriage. The horse was in this beautiful, like wedding type carriage, and the horse was a spotted and speckled horse. And I forgot to tell y'all, back up a little bit. When I first came there, I had a shopping cart. Instead of a luggage or anything like that, I had an empty shopping cart in my hand. Um, and also the name of one of the people that one of the two people that were there in my party. Her name, I'm just gonna say her name was Rachel. And in real life, she owns a farm. So that's the end of the dream. So basically, um, like I said, you guys gonna have to read between the lines. But basically, God is saying that, um, let me put it to you this way: would you receive food from your enemy? If somebody is is your sworn enemy, and you sit down and they say they're gonna make you dinner, would you eat? Would you think to eat that food? Okay, all right. So that's one thing. Um, Number two, A spotted and speckled horse. Spotted and speckled horse usually means pestilence in the Bible. And usually when you see horses, they're usually being sent out from heaven in the Bible, like in somebody's, prophetic vision in the Bible. They're usually being sent out, and they usually mean power. But in this dream, um, the horse was inside the carriage, inside of a wedding carriage. So this is saying that this pestilence is a form of there's a marriage. That means there's an agreement to this pestilence. This is not something that God created. This is something that was an agreement. Okay, so that's number two. All right, what else was in the dream? When I got my money back, 1689. When I looked that up, when I looked that up, that meant there was one date in history that popped out. There's one date in history that popped out, 1689, meaning um, the Bill of Rights for England. Um, the monarchy came up with a Bill of Rights for their citizens, which basically gave the citizens rights to make more of the decisions uh, in their country, but also it's the same, like some of the same things that we have in our Bill of Rights as Americans. They were given, like the freedom of speech and stuff like that, so on and so forth. So, but I got 1689 back in my check, but it wasn't the full amount. It wasn't the full amount. So what God is saying here is that don't be shocked when you see some of your rights missing. Don't be shocked when you see that. Um, don't be shocked that if that's not on the agenda to take away some rights. Now you see it happening already. You see it happening already, whether you agree or disagree um, with some of the things that are said on either side of the aisle. They both have a right to say it. And so, how is it that when things are said on social media or a platform, how is it that it's being taken off? Who gets to decide what's inappropriate or misinformation? So it just gets taken off. So to me, that is a assault on freedom of speech. There's many things that are said on YouTube that I don't agree with. There's many things that are said on um, just all different platforms that I don't agree with or I don't even like. But they have a right to put that stuff on there. They have a right to put that on there, you know. Um, but apparently, uh, the powers that be feel as though they don't, and they will take it down. They will take the stuff down. So, um, something strange is going on, and all I can say is that we as believers need to pray. We need to pray. Also, the woman in my dream, the young lady in my dream, who I'm calling Rachel, she lives on a farm. And if anything was to happen, she will be set. She will be fine. She has, chickens and stuff and, garden, whatever. She'd be able to survive. But in terms of anybody, just in general, nobody should be dependent on someone else so much that that person is basically holding all the cards. That person is basically your ruler over you. So it's the same thing with any country. Why would you want another country to be able to um why would you want another country to be able to call the shots for you? And we can look back in history, and not even that far back in history. Just when the we had the economic collapse, housing market collapse some years ago. Like maybe what was it, like 10 years ago, 2007, 2008. We had the housing market crash, and I believe Bush was the president at the time, and everybody was getting stimulus checks and everything, and the banks were getting bailed out. What what did what was the solution? They asked, well, where are we gonna get the money from? Well, ay ay ay, somebody beeping. But anyway, so what was the solution? The solution was, oh well, we're gonna borrow the money from another country, and you guys do the math. We're gonna borrow the money from another country. Well, why would you borrow the money from another country so that that country now basically owns you? So, and then also, it's been said for years, for many years now, buy American, buy American, buy American. And what do we do? What have we been doing? We haven't been buying American. We've been buying overseas. And so we don't produce anything. So now it's like we're at the mercy of the people that produce stuff. We're at the mercy of the people that produce things. And so if we become adversarial towards the companies towards the countries that we're buying things from, and they just want to all of a sudden decide, well, you know what, we're going to turn off the tap, or we're not going to send, or whatever, then what? Then what are we going to do? So, um, on a lower level, we need to make sure that if anything went down, we will be able to survive and thrive, um, on our own. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, be able to survive, to have food and stuff like that on a lower level. But on a higher level, our government needs to see the big picture. And maybe it is that they do see the big picture, but their hands are tied. And that's as far as I'm going to go into that. I'm sure they see. I'm sure they see this. But there's only so much that they can do because there's powers there that we don't really know about. We don't really see. It's always, and I really feel the Holy Spirit, it's never the person you see. It's always somebody behind the scenes. The big honcho is never out. Sometimes people are just like, oh, I can't stand this person or whatever. I can't stand that person in government. The person that you're having all these issues with, whether they be on the side of the Lord or they don't, it's usually more going on behind the scenes than what you realize. It's usually them possibly even being threatened and saying, listen, this is the way the government is going to run, and this is the way it's going to do it. Or, you might go to meet your maker sooner than you think. We don't know. We really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Um, so yeah, just be prepared. There's something on the horizon for the Lord to show me that. For the Lord to show me an empty shopping cart. Um, there's definitely, we see with everything that's going on, there's definitely going to be shortages. You know, there's definitely going to be shortages. So just be wise. Be wise. You know. All right, well, guys, I love you. I'm sorry that this wasn't, you know, this was a warning.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
Sorry. I'm just telling you, this is God and His love telling you to just get yourself, be smart, be prepared. If anybody is in the government and they happen to listen to this, do what God is showing you to do. Do what's right. You know, He don't want His people to be in bondage, and He don't want His people to be
Um,
subject to another country, basically. And one more thing I want to say. When we were dealing with this, well, we still are. When we were dealing with
this worldwide illness.
one of the things we said was, "Oh,
We didn't have the supplies.
we don't have the supplies." What did we do? We went and got supplies from another country where,
This thing all started.
and we already in the adversarial position against them. So why we gonna go and get supplies from them? Do that make sense? So that's all I'm saying. Read between the lines, guys. All right. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.